everybody, the boys are back in town with Backwards Star Galactica. We watched the program Battlestar Galactica backwards and are here to report about it. I'm Jesse, that's Wilder. How do you do?
God. Really, really bad one.
I think I fucking crushed that
Battlestar Galactica?
Okay, I had a little oopsies in the middle, but otherwise that was a strong...
You can't crush it if you have an oopsies.
Some of the greatest crushes were oopsies.
Just sing it this time. Just sing it to me.
Okay. I'm a little teapot Battlestar. Here is my Galacta. Watched it all backwards.
Galacta?
Watched it all backwards. Here to talk. Tip me over and pour me out.
God, there it is. How come that's not the theme song?
Yeah, we gotta get Bad Todd to get a redo, like a reprieve of a reprise of
remix.
This,
the remix to Ignition, Battlestar style.
Yeah.
Have you listened to Remix, or have you listened to just Ignition?
It doesn't sound anything like the remix to Ignition.
Well, it hasn't been remixed yet. Welcome to Battlestar Galactica. Nope. Backwards Star Galactica.
I already did the intro. We're a minute and a half in.
We could welcome them to Battlestar if we want. This episode, Season 4, Episode 3, The Ties That Bind.
Were there any did anyone seem bound? I think they came up with a bunch of little snippy snappy catchphrases and then just pretty much put them in a fucking hat and picked them at random.
Yeah, but I mean, snippy, stabby catchphrases, and also sine qua non.
Right. I wish you had it on deck, like the actual...
Yeah, but, like, can we agree that was a pretty good impression of your computer saying
it was not bad. It was not your worst work.
Now, this episode opens up with... well, it doesn't open with a new character, but it has a new character. In the more or less the cold open, we got the one and only... Galen Hole's wife, Callie, who looks to be about... Yeah, her name's Callie. She looks like she's about 15. She looks like she's that little child bride from this season of The Handmaid's Tale. She looks too young to be Galen Hole's wife. That was weird to me.
Well, yeah, she's got those kind of big old buck teeth.
Yeah, she's got them big old chompers.
And some bangs.
To a real person.
Yeah.
And... Yeah, she's Galen Hole's wife. She suspects that Galen Hole's cheating on her with Tori, which, I mean, Tori's an adult, so I don't blame you, Galen Hole, if you are. Do we think that Galen Hole does have a little Tori affair?
No.
I think he loves his wife too
I
much.
think he loves his wife, and I think he's just like doesn't... I think, unfortunately, we are going to have to lock Galen Hole, the character... in shitlist prison for all of eternity because we found out that he
used to hit her,
a wife beater, which is
that's
really, I mean, for the few listeners that have been listening to our show that have watched Battlestar and have heard the last 3 or 4 episodes where we've really bought a lot of Galen stock and have just been probably shaking their fucking heads. Oh yeah, but I would say the last 3 episodes we were super high. We were on the Galen
we were riding
train.
that Galen Hole train. Said the same dumb thing at the same time.
God damn it.
And yeah, we have been. We've been the captain of the Galen Hole caboose, and it turns out he hits on her. Nope, not hits on her, but he hits her physically with his hands. And that's no good.
Talking to the doctor and says that he's broken her jaw and that she sort of misses it because it at least shows that he felt something towards her, which like indicates now both physical and emotional abuse. Really bad episode for Galen fans out there.
Emotional abuse. I could understand where Galen's coming from emotionally because he's just found out he's a Cylon and doesn't want her to know. By the way, speaking of Doctor, one of his shittiest lines yet.
Oh boy, the opium den line?
Yeah, so Callie asks for a sedative because she's sick or something, and the doctor responds, and I wrote this, the direct quote, "Oh sure, I'll just turn my sick bay into an opium den so you can have a little snooze."
I kind of liked it. I thought it was pretty funny, actually.
He's like Statler and Waldorf. Like everything he says is like a mean burn. He's like Jeffrey Ross, the the fucking doctor.
Oh,
Dr. Jeffrey
please,
Ross.
please, God, do a Jeffrey Ross impression right now.
Sine qua non.
Okay, we're just gonna really
Pretty good. That's the only new actually there is a new character. That green ecto cooler is called Ambrosia.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't hear that.
Yeah,
that's good.
Tori mentions that, like, she's like, "Ooh, I didn't really drink a lot of Ambrosia, but now, like, I get it. It's like an acquired taste."
Yeah, it's like
that fucking green Gatorade.
I bet it sort of tastes like Fernet. Just like really.
Ooh, you think it tastes like Fernet?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, because she said it's an acquired taste, and I think Fernet is the most acquired of tastes because.
Oh, I love Fernet.
Oh, Fernet tastes horrible.
You know what's weird about acquired tastes is that it implies you, like, made yourself like it. What is that?
No, I think that's real. Don't you like beer now more than you liked it before?
I guess, but I didn't, like, push myself to like it. I feel like a lot of people are like, I hated it first, but I just kept drinking it, kept trying it until it got better.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Drink anything you don't like.
Yeah, but if you want to get drunk, then you do. I feel like it is specifically a thing with
alcohol, I guess.
Alcohol, yeah. You drink it enough to like the first time I ever had whiskey, I was like, this is duty, and now I can't live without it. You know, it's my little life force. Sure. I'm an alcoholic. Okay, good. So it's called Ambrosia. I'm gonna keep calling it Ecto Cooler.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it Ambrosia because I'm a fucking professional. And that's it for new characters. Leaderboard, obviously not Galen this week.
Oh man.
Nor ever again, it seems like, or at least until before he strikes her for the first time. Galen is off the leaderboard.
I don't know. That's an interesting conversation that's not for a comedy podcast, but, like, are you allowed to? It's like, I'll listen to any R. Kelly before he pissed on that woman and had, like, a sex slave ring. Well,
I mean, on account of it's a fictional character, I think we could be a little more lenient, but...
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, Galen's off the leaderboard for sure.
Wait! But also, how do we know? We're watching the show backwards. There is no way we'll know. Maybe he does it in the first episode.
Well, for the foreseeable future, Galen is off the leaderboard. You know who was kind of leaderboard today for me was Prez for just dunking on Lee in the Rabbling Center conference room.
Yeah,
I liked that
kind of twice actually. Like he comes back and tries to get her.
Anybody that dunks on anybody, I'm into it.
Oh man, yeah, it's good because he's like he just got appointed. And the
like
Rabbling
little
Senators,
fucking prissy boy about it too.
Yes, and the Rabbling Senators are rabbling.
Oh my god,
that room is hot with activity today. And
did you see the one? There's a shot during one of the many Rabbling Senator sequences, and there's like an Asian woman, and you can clearly say, "Why don't you kiss my ass?" you know how senators rabble.
Yeah. And Lee stands up and is like, kind of tries to defend the president a little bit, and then she stands up
tries to like re-explain something that she just said, and he doesn't really explain it any better than she did.
Yeah, and then she's like, I'm so excited you're here, and we're super excited for your expertise. I probably don't need some little ass bitch to speak for me though, so why don't you sit the fuck down?
It was pretty dope. I liked that.
Yeah, and then he stood up and tried to be like, yeah, but what about this other thing? And she was like, that's a rough draft, motherfucker.
Yeah, like, why don't we talk about that next time? Now that you fucking announced it, though, I guess I can tell everyone about this thing that isn't even finished yet, which is why I didn't bring it up.
Yeah, and it's about Law and Order, and you're a lawyer, so you would probably like it, you dickhead.
Yeah, that was dope. Shitless Tub Lord again, because he's so bad at acting. All of a sudden, how about the shot of his face? Like, so there's a shot after they bang, and she's talking, and there's just like a shot. They're not facing each other. She's like sitting in his lap, basically, and there's just a shot of him just looking the most confused, and she's saying something like pretty normal. It's got that classic Tub Lord wild-eyed stare.
He is a loon. I love that they have a conversation where he's looking up through a grate at her. She's like, come here, I need to talk to you, and she's standing on a level above him, and he's like underneath, like fully underneath her body, looking at her feet, and she's just looking down at him. It's very good.
Oh boy, that was really funny. And I mean, like, she's kind of losing her mind in this episode, so she's not great, but still better than Tub Lord. I do like that they got matching tattoos, as she mentions.
And they're
Tub Lord's like, remember when we got these?
They're so big and ugly.
And, like, different. They're not matching, rather. They just got tattoos at the same time, I guess, of, like, abstract shapes.
Yeah.
He's like, remember these? Tub Lord, you goon.
Which, by the way, speaking of that whole situation, I was hanging out with Bad Todd, author of our themed song this week.
Yeah, the author of the theme song.
Composer, if you will. And
yeah, Phantom of the Opera.
He pointed out how, I mean, it's not really a step to the haters moment. He just pointed out how dumb we are. So Starbuck, I think initially we were like, what is she, a coffee shop? Stupid. Starbuck is a literary reference. So it's cool that we're both English majors and we didn't pick up on it, but Starbuck is the first mate in Moby Dick. It's like a very obvious literary reference.
Get out of town and take the bus. Really?
Yeah, so...
Do you think that that's like...
Yes, dude.
Like, who gave her that name?
I mean, she named her ship that, and therefore took on the name of the ship, but I'm sure... I don't think, like, in the show it's a literary... I don't think, like, you know...
Right, like she's a big Moby Dick fan.
Right, but I think that is probably Ronald D. Moore's, like, little nod. Like, she's a first mate, kind of, because
that's a good one, Bad Todd. I mean, look, somebody's got to pick up them hot literary refs.
Right.
We can't do it all.
We can't
you
look
don't understand.
anything up.
We got so much to do.
Yeah. I'm too busy being hella smart at other things, like accents and...
yeah. You're so smart at accents. Why don't you do one? Just real quick to show everybody.
Okay, you ready for this one?
Yeah.
Doy, I'm Wilder. Can you guess which that one was?
Not much an accent as it is an incorrect impression, but so I have one more shit list though.
Okay.
It's Boomer
oh boy,
making out with the slimy worm of the newborn John, which, by the way, I don't ever remember seeing two Johns.
No,
in the rest of the show.
Great. Where did the other John go?
The show opens with a little John flopping out of his tub, which the tub does a lot of stuff. I guess it makes people.
we called this character Tub Lord and had no concept of how often there were going to be just tubs in the show. It's like every other episode. It was like the one
guy who happens to be in the one tub.
At this point, he's been in a tub less than every other character in the show.
For sure. And, like, anyone that has watched this show would probably be like, why are you associating him with a tub? Like,
right.
No, real dumb.
Makes no sense. But, yeah, we get two Johns, and John...
How about your shit list and leaderboard?
Well, hold on. We got to explain this two Johns thing.
Yeah.
He flops out of a tub.
Wet and slimy with goo.
Newly born, yeah. So I guess he's, like, regenerating. And right straight out the tub, Boomer hooks him up with the little makeout session. And then they don't really address that the rest of the episode.
No, they sure don't. And
he's covered in like tub placenta.
The thing about John is he's covered in tub placenta. He's an old white man, and Boomer's like a hot young Asian girl. And I don't understand what are all these old ass Cylons getting with these hot ass Cylons for? What's the deal?
Well, there's only fucking 12 Cylons. The pool is pretty...
I guess there aren't any hot male Cylon. I mean, I guess Galen Hol's like the best they got. Oof, that's not great. But you had a crush on Galen.
Yeah, once he had his hair, but now that we know the truth, it's a little less attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah, my leaderboard is Terry this week. Teresa? What's her name? I always forget.
Do you mean Tori?
Tori. Jesus
Are you kidding me?
Christ.
How can you not remember this name?
It's so elusive.
It's not like a name you've never heard before.
Oh, God. It's just... I'm so tired.
Teresa?
I'm getting closer. I stopped calling her Cherry.
You're not getting closer. You called her Teresa.
Anyways.
Maybe it's short for Teresa.
See? Now we're getting somewhere. The classic name Teresa.
Go on. Okay, so you're talking about the ice cold blooded killer.
I kind of think she's a good... I mean, we see that she gets hers at the end, right? Galen Holt delivers a swift death to her.
Yeah, and like, what a shame. We really didn't get to appreciate that at all.
Right. But she's a good villain. She kind of like... She's boinking Gaius and kind of playing him a little bit. And she's on the inside with Prezzo, which we find out, a little bit later. And she killed Galen's wife for unknown purposes. I guess because Galen's wife finds out that they're Cylons and she doesn't want it.
Yeah, that's definitely it.
But, like, does it in a way where she steals their... like, Galen's wife is... hybrid. Yeah, Galen's wife is screaming, like, you're gonna take my baby! And she's like, that's crazy. Just put the baby
It's also weird that right before she kills her, she sort of convinces her that it's not a big deal, that like she kind of like calms her. Like you'd think she would just kill her, but first she's like, no, Galen means well. Like she's like defending Galen and them. It's like he didn't even realize he was a Cylon. Give him a break. By the way, why don't you pop into that airlock so I can send you out into cold dark space, you bitch.
Yeah, and so she knocks her out so that she can get out of she and the baby can get out of the airlock before, but waits for Callie to like wake up, like regain consciousness, so that she can look at her before
that's some Dexter shit right there.
Yeah, like how many what did you wait, like 35 minutes, 40 minutes just like sitting with that baby waiting for this woman to wake up and look at you so you could be like, gotcha, and then shoot her into fucking space. It's pretty good villain. I'm into it kind of now that
how about when Callie smashes Galen hole with a wrench, and how about how Callie goes into the Galen hole?
Oh yeah, that? She's it runs in the family, baby.
Yeah, his namesake. All right, what about leaderboard?
That was my leaderboard. I just said my leaderboard.
Oh yeah, what was your shit list?
I mean, there's always so many options, but I would have to say it's probably John, because now there's two of them, and that is a true nightmare situation. It's Orb Boy.
Squishy Orbs himself.
And for no real specific reason other than not two of them. Please, not two of them.
I don't understand where the other one goes.
Also, he's the only... Remember we were talking about how everyone has like a combination of two names, or like a real name but sort of spun in a bad direction, like Gaius and Galen.
Skulls, Racetrack, Bingly Bangly.
And then the big villain is called John. The name is John that you came up with. Oh boy. Oh, do you hear those noises? Do you hear those noises?
Oh, I hear those noises.
Those noises are the noise of our sponsor horns.
God, this is the stupidest podcast in the world.
This week's sponsor is air conditioning.
Oof, 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 oof.
Yeah.
God damn it. Yeah, buddy.
Ooh, air conditioning.
It is so good. It is so good. And you're out there in the goddamn sweltering humidity that you claim to love so much.
Oh yeah. I mean, part of the reason I love it so much is because it lets me come home to my little cave room and blast this chiller and turn the shit into a meat locker. So you
recently moved. What kind of air conditioning situation you got going on?
No, okay. So I haven't moved. I'm sitting in my... I'm moving on Sunday. If you want to check the weather report for Brooklyn on Sunday, it will be a cool 96 degrees that day when I'm moving. Hottest day of the year so far. So...
oh man, New York's so stupid.
Yeah, this will be my last couple days of life. So it's been cool. But my current AC situation is a window unit in my room, which is kind of nice actually, because you can just fucking blast your face off with AC.
Here's my question about the window situation. It obviously doesn't take up the place of the whole window. How do you block off the rest of the window, and does it stop the creepy crawlers from getting in? Because New York's crawling with them.
Well, first of all, there is no way to stop the creepy crawlies. If they want in, they'll get in. That's step one. Step two is it's got these little accordion.
You got the accordion
on the side, yeah. But my new place,
you play the accordion, and the bugs don't like that.
Exactly. Yes, it's like on St. Patrick's drove all the snakes out of Ireland with her accordion sounds.
Sure.
St. Patrick's,
the famous tale,
the famous accordion,
the saint woman
of accordion snakes.
Yeah.
But my new apartment, and this is a good and a bad thing, mostly a good thing, has, drumroll please, central heating and air, my brother.
Now, I don't even have that, and I live in, a civilized city.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. It's gonna be truly incredible, but I will miss the chill blast of AC right on my face. Like, it's just gonna be nice in my apartment and not like a frigid ice cream truck.
But you won't need that blast if you got the AC. Like, is your power bill gonna, be real spooky?
It might be. It probably will be.
Worth it.
Yeah, it's honestly very, very worth it to just be like, I would like to name my exact temperature for my entire home now, please, and thank you.
Now, but are you going to be a little Tony Stark boy about it and, like, get a little Nest and then control it so that by the time you get home it's set to jet?
I fucking am.
Like a Jamba Juice? Those motherfuckers know how to blast AC.
Oh, Jamba is consistently at like 30 degrees regardless of season.
It is hilarious. Like, they also have it set so that when you open the door, it fucking shoots you with ice beams.
Yeah, you get a goddamn...
I just go in and out of a Jamba all day. I don't even order anything. I'm just standing in the door.
Yeah, that's good. I live in that Jamba now.
Agreed to AC being a wonderful sponsor. You are just wonderful. Sometimes let me give you an example of how much you and I love AC.
Yep.
One time, we were at a bar watching football, I think, and we got a little bit drunk in the daytime. We went back to our apartment to continue drinking, and we were just dying and melting, and everything was terrible. We didn't understand why.
Yep.
And then we turned on a fan, and everything was different. We were resurrected like we were unboxed out of a tub, and we're back to Battlestar. In this episode, we got mostly the story of Callie tracing Galen's secret meetings with the rest of the Cylons, and she finds out that they're Cylons. Yeah.
Pretty good episode, I would say.
Didn't like it at first.
Yeah, with the floppy John. Yeah.
Didn't like Floppy John, and I didn't like Callie. I don't need any... I'm over TV shows where people think that someone's having an affair when they're not.
Yeah, but
I know this show is from years ago.
I was going to say, consider this is 2008, but sure.
And it's unfair to hold it to standards of today, but still. Fuck that.
I just don't need any... I didn't need any storyline other than the one we were presented with Galen. I don't need...
and I never do. I never need any of the political subplot, and I don't really pay attention to them. That's when I whipped out my Angry Birds and waited for those scenes to be done.
Smart. And all the shit with Starbuck with this mutiny is so boring and not.
At least that was sort of short though. Starbuck's being a real map daddy. She's just charting courses.
Not even really painting. She's painting on her ceiling I
didn't really understand what she was doing. And then Tub Lord being a goon. It seems like not a lot happened in this episode besides Callie finding out and then subsequently getting murdered. Yeah. Tori, I have a note, capital letters, Tori cold AF.
She really is. I mean, and she definitely, I put her on my leaderboard. She definitely hams it up a little bit with kind of acting like a robot. In the scene with Callie.
When she looks at her hands.
Yeah, it's a little bit much. But also Galen's cutting his finger and drinking the blood. So
didn't understand really the timeline of a lot of that stuff. There was a lot of I didn't really understand what was going on with a lot of Callie's visions. Were those flashbacks?
I couldn't tell you.
When did Galen cut open his finger and lick his blood?
I don't know, but they were definitely flashbacks because some of them were when she was pregnant, and some of them were when she had her battered face. It seems like we're gonna see Galen beat her up, which is gonna be a real.
That's a rough one. Don't love that.
No,
man. Do you think that this is a sign of the times of when this episode aired that maybe they didn't think that was a big deal?
I don't know. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. Oof. Because
oh boy.
It's I don't know.
There's a part where Adama's reading a book to President Rezalin, like he often is, and it just made me remember what a bad audiobook narrator he would be. He is mostly growling and whispering all of the words. Whatever book he's reading is real bad. Also, do you think that he wrote it? Do you think he secretly wrote a novel and pretended it's something else to read to her?
No, man. It's fucking Sea Wolf or whatever.
No, it's
the
not.
fuck.
It's not that.
It's different?
Yeah, he says, like, the something, blah, blah, chapter 1. He, like, says it, and it's not the Sea Rider Falcon.
Oh, yeah. Ugh.
Why don't you pay attention?
I don't fucking know. But, this episode was not bad. I didn't hate it.
Yeah, it kind of went quicker than they normally do. And they usually feel like they take 4,000 hours.
Yes. I had a really great experience. So I usually watch on Hulu on my Xbox, and I couldn't do that, and I couldn't just log into my Hulu on my computer because I don't use my Hulu. I use the Hulu of my roommate from 8 years ago. So I had to watch it on a different website, and I checked a couple different places. Harder to find like illegal streaming sites that have Battlestar than you would think.
Really?
Like, I was recommended this website called Couch Tuner that has loads and loads and loads of...
And of course, we don't endorse anything illegal here.
Right. But I went to, like, the B section. I was like, show me your B stuff, and I will look it up. And didn't have it. But I'll tell you what kind of shows they did have in the B section instead of Battlestar Galactica. We had Barry, right? Hit show on HBO. Nice.
Oh, great show.
Basketball Wives. People know that show.
Great show.
Yeah. Banana. Everyone's favorite show, Banana. Everyone's favorite show, Ball Masters.
What about Bananas in Pajamas?
Nope. But they do have Ball Masters 9009. Let me spell that for you. B-A-L-L. All one word. B-A-L-L-M-A-S-T-R-Z. Space the number 9009.
I'm afraid to ask. Is that a show about the Ball family?
It is not. I think it's a cartoon.
Because it does seem like some horseshit they would do.
They have a show called Bad Habits, Holy Orders. What is this show?
Bad Habits, Holy Orders?
Yep. They have...
just real quick, why don't you give me a quick, because we're short on time. Give me a quick review of Bad Habits, Holy Orders.
Bad Habits, Holy Orders is a biopic miniseries of Young Pope. Now, I know what you're thinking, Young Pope's not real. Well, joke's on you.
And also is already a show.
Yeah, but this is the true...
It's a biopic miniseries of a character that's already on television?
Yes, I know, it's crazy.
Do you think his name is like Young, like Y-U-N-G, Pope, like a rapper?
No,
like
I think his name is
rapper
like...
name.
I think his name is like Jeff Young Pope. Like his name...
Oh, sure.
Like you know, how your name
of
could
the
be
famous Young Pope family.
Yes,
I think it's
exactly
time for us to end the episode. That's what I think.
You don't want to hear me read television shows off this list anymore?
No, I think that we got the idea. Look, thanks for listening. Appreciate it. Go to our website, jessewildersguide-to-life.com for lots of no content. Find me on the internet.
Yeah.
You know how.
Yeah, you can come see me and play video games with me July 11th at Dromedary Bar in Brooklyn at like 7:30 or something. I don't know. Just check it out, supertrashbros.com. You can find me on the internet if you Google me, which is unfortunate because my students do that, and I wish it wasn't as easy to do, but I guess that's kind of my fault.
Yeah, that's your fault for being such a dumb dickhead. Thanks to Adam Faye for the art. Thanks to T-Bone Jones for the music. Thanks to you for listening. If you like the show, go ahead and give us a review or a rating on iTunes. We'll read it. How's that for incentive? Oh, we'll my God. Is that good incentive or what?
Yeah, it's pretty good incentive. And even if you feel like... Because I know that leaving a review on iTunes is not, like, the most convenient. If you tweet at us about the show, we'll just read the tweet. That's something. It's at least something. Jesus Christ.
No, that doesn't help us. we need ratings.
Yeah, but at least people will see other people tweeting at the show. You know what you
could do? You could write a 5-star review, but then you could just say mean stuff to us in the review if you want.
Yeah, as long
as it's 5 stars.
5 stars. Who gives a shit?
Great. And we don't have time to give you Mike's phone number, but tune in next week and you will get it.
Yeah.
Bye.